Hey, check it out. I got a brand new 1/2 inch mortise chisel from Rob Kosman, and I'm going to show you how to prep it. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome to the Lost Pines Workshop. I'm JC Jensen. So let's get this brand new chisel out of the package. Nice cover on it here. Wipe off the oil. I'll show you what I got. All right, so this is a 1/2 inch mortise chisel, fresh out of the package. And I'll give you a close-up here of the back. All right, you can see the tool marks here. And our chisel edge, right? So it's in great shape. I'm excited to use it. IBC steel. One of the things I like about it, and I'm going to prep this chisel by polishing the back, sharpening the blade, right? What I like about this on Rob's chisels, you can simply unscrew the back end, remove the handle, and now I've just got this. So in flattening the back, I don't have to worry about the handle getting in the way. All right, so I'll move over to the stones and we'll go make a quick run through the prep process to get this thing ready to go. I've got several mortises to cut, and this is the guy for the job. So over here at my sharpening station, I'm going to be utilizing a 1,000 grit, a 6,000 grit, and a 16,000 grit stone. Beginning with polishing the back of this to make sure it's absolutely flat. Lube it up. So with any chisel, polishing the back takes the longest amount of time. Now you can go at it at an angle, or since I've got the handle removed, I can just go at this straight on. Just keep it flat on the stone. Again, 1,000 grit. Utilizing all the stone, right? Not trying to wear out one particular area. All right, let's see where we're at right now. All right, so if you noticed, we started with, the standard tool marks. Get in here so you can see. Right, standard tool marks. This is the side. And just a couple of minutes here on the 1,000. I mean, that was just really fast. Right, so, well, there we go. So now, see the direction of travel, 1,000 grit. I've already removed tool marks. So I'm ready to move up to 6,000. Okay, so this is my 6,000 grit. You see I've already prepped it. It's nice and flat. I'm simply going to take my chisel and now I'm going to remove the marks that the 1,000 grit stone put on it. Flattening the backs of chisels is usually what takes the longest, right? It is what takes the longest. All right, there's where I'm at. There we go. There we go. All right, so the 1,000 did a really good job. The 6,000 is going to take a little bit longer. Around. Now I'm going to rotate this a little bit. get sticky. And I'll just keep doing this until all of the previous marks from the 1000 stone are gone. Making sure to clean and flatten the stone as I go. All right, because if stone's not flat, your chisel won't be flat. So I got this set of stones all from Rob Kosman as well. This particular diamond stone, 1000 on one side, 300 on the other. And the 300 is fantastic for cleaning up and flattening these glass ceramic glass stones, getting them cleaned up and flattened. All right, and I'll just keep working this. Like I said, until all of those 1000 grit marks are gone. Okay, I've been working on this, again, the back for about 30 minutes on the 6000 grit. What I discovered as I started going here is that the back of the blade had I'll just say a slight hump in it, to where the center is higher than the blade tip itself. Not the end of the world. I went back over to the 1000 grit and worked it down a little bit more, and back to the 6000. So you can see I've got a pretty nice mirror finish here, but right out here on the end, I've still got about 1/4 of an inch, this corner here, that I'm trying to get worked out. So I'll work on that for a few more minutes, and then I'll skip on over to the 16. All right, so I finally got there, right, all the way across. So from the tip, there we go, from the tip down to here is all polished out. Looks fantastic. So the 3 edges, right, the chisel edge along with the 2 sides now are really sharp. But more importantly, the back of this and the working area is flat. This area down here doesn't really matter, right? I could have done that if I'd worked straight, or stayed on the stone. I could have worked this out, but that's really not that important. So now I've got the 16,000 grit stone here on the set up on my pad. As you can see, it had some work done when I was sharpening a plane blade. So I'll just take the 300 and clean that surface back up. Make sure it's nice and flat, right? If your stone's not flat, your chisel is not going to be flat or sharp, because you're working across these dips and valleys in the stone. It's just skipping. It'll skip areas on your chisel. So keep it dressed nice and flat. All right. So now again, I've bumped up to the 16,000. At 6,000, I've got a good polish, but I'm just going to give it a really light kiss. And because this is a big 1/2 inch chisel, I'm doing it one-handed today. Just trying to keep. I'm just keeping the chisel flat on the stone, right? And this time I'm just going to work straight across. And I don't have to do a whole lot of work here because I did all of the work, all of the big work on the 6,000. So I'm really just dressing this back just a little bit. Because we want it to be nice and smooth, sharp cutting edge. Of course, the more time you spend on the 16, the shinier mirror finish you'll get. on the back. All right, that's looking really good to me. All right, so right there, yeah, I'm going to stop right there. Okay, so the primary bevel on this mortise chisel is 30 degrees. Okay, great. You see I've cleaned up my 1000 grit. I've got my 16 standing right next to it. We're done with the 6000, right? I'm using that to help polish the back of a chisel only. Okay, so I'm not concerned about the entire surface of this primary bevel because we're only going to be using the end. So just like Rob explains in his, I don't know what that is, get out of there. I'm going to locate the primary bevel. My finger right here on the end and get a really nice grip on this chisel. So I locate the primary bevel and just raise up slightly. Again, primary is 30, so I'm going up to maybe 32 degrees. On this 1000 grit stone. And I'm only going to go till I feel a burr right here, which I now do. Clean that off. All right, looks good. Now I just simply move over here to the 16,000. I'm going to find the primary bevel again, my 32, and now I'm going to go up to say 33 or 4 and do the same thing. For about, yeah, it's about 10 seconds-ish. All right, now with that done, I simply flip it over, put it back on its back, and I'm going to drag it across the stone to knock off that burr that we created, keeping it flat. All right, now we're done. I wish I could zoom in and show you the actual edge here. My camera is not good enough to really do justice to what the end of this chisel looks like. But what's important, the back is perfectly flat, all right? That takes some time, regardless of the chisel manufacturer. Now, I will say this. Prior to purchasing Rob's IBC chisels, mortise chisels and bench chisels, I had a set of the Narex chisels. Well, they're nice, but flattening the backs of those took days. The chromium and the metal compounds that are in those Narex just take forever. Anyway, this was nice. I knocked this out, got it flat in about 45 minutes total through the 3 grits. So this back I know is perfectly flat. These 2 edges here they're sharp. You notice I got this going on, and that was from holding this while running on the stone. It grabbed and actually cut me. All right, so I've got a really nice 30-degree primary bevel and probably, I don't know, 32, 4, 5 secondary bevel or tertiary bevel. Right on. All right, so this is ready to go. I can put it back together and start cutting my mortises. All right, so just real quick, how to prepare your chisel for operation. The same technique that I use to sharpen this 1/2-inch mortise chisel is the same techniques used to sharpen all of your chisels, right? Get it flat. Good secondary bevel on 1000 grit stone and your tertiary bevel at 16,000. That's all it takes. All of that, everything that I just showed you, yeah, I got from Rob. So hope that helps. We'll see you down the road.